What's good? It's your girl Armani Caesar. Check me out on Bootleg Kev podcast. It's lit.
Bootleg Cap Show, special guest in here, Buffalo's finest, Griselda's own, the first lady,
Yes.
Armani Caesar.
How you doing?
Welcome. It's good to see you.
Good to be here.
Of course. Your new album is officially out. Mm-hmm. The Liz 2.
Yes.
Highly anticipated.
Yes.
How's it feel now that it's out in the world and you're getting reception? Like, are you happy with everybody's, take on it?
Yeah, I still feel like, I've been getting a lot of love on it. I still feel like it's being digested because that's something that you got to listen to a few times to really catch everything.
Right.
Like, just the bars, metaphors, double entendres, but also, like, the flow of it. Like, it's really, like, in a sequence of, like, events that were really happening.
Right. So you're, like, I feel like you are kind of an anomaly in a crew like Griselda.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we think of Gunn, we think of Conway, Benny. It's high-level coke rap. It's, we know what it is, right? And then there's Armani Caesar, who's like, one of the most pretty girls in hip-hop.
Thank you.
And obviously you can rap your ass off, but you're also very much like a different, you're bringing something different to the crew.
Yeah.
When did you initially link up with Gunn, and like, how did you guys eventually get on each other's radar to where you ended up working with Griselda officially?
So I met Gunn back when I was still living in Buffalo. I was like a teenager, and we met through DJ Shay.
Rest
That's
in
how
peace.
I met all the guys through DJ Shay. We was
Right.
in a group all together called Buff City. And then once I left for school, and then everybody kind of disbanded, did their own thing.
Who all was in Buff City?
It was me, Conway, Benny, Hyde was in it. Rick Hyde was in.
Shout out to
Buff
my guy,
City.
Rick Hyde.
Yes, I just realized that. And like, it was like Hooch Krills. Who else is in Buff City?
This is prior to you going to college? Mm-hmm. So this is like, how old are you, like 18, 17?
Like 17, just turned 17.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So then I just kind of, they met me. I went in there for some studio time, and they had another rap chick in there at the time. And Benny was like helping her write a verse or whatever because she was going to be like the first lady of Buff City at the time.
Got you.
So when they was like, they were going over the verse and they kept playing the instrumental, I wrote my own verse. And then somebody heard me rapping it. And then Benny, came over, heard me, tap Shay like, yo, like she fired, this and the
Right.
third. Long story short, I ended up in a group.
Just like that? Mm-hmm. Wow. So that was kind of like the first time you had like really linked up with the guys over there in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go to school. Mm-hmm. You said North Carolina Central? Mm-hmm. HBCU?
Yep.
What were you going to school for?
So I was a few things, but I ended up a marketing major, business administration with a concentration in marketing. But like all of my prereqs were like, pretty much the same and like staples that you needed for every class except for the hip hop and context class.
There was a hip hop and context class.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the
Ninth
one that
Wonder.
Ninth Wonder was teaching?
Yeah.
I just saw him repost that and say, you never know who's in the classroom.
Yes, so it was crazy, like, because I even gave him the mixtape that I had back in the day. It was called Bath and Body Work.
Oh, wow, that's great.
And he was showing love, like, he was just real cool. It was a bunch of people in the class, but essentially, like, it really kind of got me into a journey of like going and doing my research on the Roxanne Shantays, on the NC Lights, like the people that weren't like mainstream, like the Kims and Foxys.
Right. So you think like taking that class kind of helped you like sharpen your hip hop head metal, if you will?
For sure. I mean, we would just be walking into class and like he would be playing a sample and then he would play the song that sampled it, like, that kind of thing. Like, so that got me in my sample bag. That got me like digging for beats and like even inspiring me to just go back and listen to old school music. So
Were you like motivated to go check out Little Brother at all? His group?
yeah, I love Lil Brother.
Little Brother's one of my favorite rap groups ever. So.
Yeah, they was fire.
Fontaine. Well, they still are fire. They put a good album out a few years ago before the pandemic. Shout out Fontaine, Big Pooh.
Yes, I gotta check that out.
Yeah. So you go to school, you get you got a degree?
No.
You didn't finish?
No, I didn't finish. Once I was told, like, I think this was like my junior year, and I was trying to figure out like what I wanted to do, and I was just really going to school just to appease my mother. And my advisor was like, look, like, I see how you go, like, in our marketing class, and you could literally sell ice to an Eskimo. So, like, if you can market yourself, you could really pretty much do anything. And I guess he was trying to motivate me, but it motivated me to, like, leave, like, say, fuck this, I'm going to
that's
go
probably
market
the right
myself.
move.
Yeah.
And you got, now I see why you're so successful. You got a damn Armani's Closet.
Yeah.
Is this an online store or an actual place that people can visit?
It's an online store. I'm working on making it like a brick and mortar, but I want it to be like an experience.
That's super tight.
Yeah.
Okay, so you decide to leave school.
Yeah.
At that point in time, you stay in North Carolina, you go back home. What are you doing?
I just was going back and forth. I was still kind of like working, and then I got a job at a club, and it was just like I was running it up, making money from there. And also,
What were you doing at the club?
I was dancing.
You were stripping, okay. Shout out to
So,
shout out to all the ladies out there getting that money.
yes, get that bread, get that bag.
My wife used to be a dancer, so no judgment here.
I mean, listen. I know more strippers making more money than drug dealers to this day.
And a lot less risky.
Yeah.
Even though, there's something about strip club politics because I used to DJ a lot at strip clubs. So I've been in the locker rooms. I've seen bitches beat the shit out of each other over like whose bucket got fuller from someone making it rain. Like the strip club politics are crazy.
I ended up getting fired. That's how I ended up stopping, because it was like, so it was just, I hated my job, but it was like the money was so good that it was like, I was trying to figure out how I could walk away from it for good. Because, you'll stop a little bit here, a little bit there.
Right. You're like, I need some money. Let me go work for a weekend.
Yeah. Or just, you get a nigga,
Yeah.
You just be like, okay, well, I'm going to start a business. That don't work out. You already know you're going back to strip club.
Why'd you get fired?
I spit on a girl.
You spit on her?
Yeah.
I mean, at least you didn't assault her. I mean, you kind of did, but
Yeah,
at least
I really
you didn't beat her up.
Nah, I couldn't. It was like security.
Oh,
like,
you would have fucked her up, though.
Yeah, like that was the only way like I could kind of get to
Was it over like some money?
Yeah, it was over. Of course, because that's the only reason why I'm here. Like, I don't give a fuck about you bitches. I'm here.
To get
you
this
know why
money.
I'm here. Yeah.
What city was this?
This was in Charlotte.
Yeah. Hey, CIAA weekends are probably lit as fuck.
Oh man, they was going crazy. I mean, we was on like, they would make like the news like for people spending like hundreds of $1,000s a night on the weekends.
That's crazy. What was the most amount of money in your short-lived dancing career that you made in one night?
Like a little over 20K.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I would never quit.
But every night it don't be like that.
Let me tell you something. I'd have my ass out until they would tell me I had to leave.
But now it explains why I didn't want to leave. It was like,
No, I get it. It's also like mentally taxing. I don't think people understand like your job is to like make like I can only imagine. My wife explained it to me. Like, it is mentally taxing to like hit reset and then try to, like, you have to kind of be everybody's fantasy / counselor / person they trust. Like, even if it's for 20 minutes, like, and you do that however long,
right?
And it's like, fuck, it was a long night, like.
Yeah, and them black clubs is a little bit different because like, you got to deal with all the street shit that be coming into the club.
Yeah, so the club I used to DJ at in Phoenix is called Jaguars, a legendary strip club. It's very much the epicenter of all of the street shit in Phoenix. Everybody comes there at 2 a.m. after the regular club gets out, and everybody who's got beef with everybody is all in the same fucking place. Every single fucking night. It's like sometimes you could feel the fucking tension in there. It's like, oh shit.
And imagine it's like you ain't got no choice. You gotta get this motherfucking bag. Like, you praying that niggas don't be shooting or you know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
It's crazy.
It's wild. Yeah. Fights happen. Like you said, people get it's
right. Yeah, I don't care about the fights. It be the shooting part for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. Well, okay, so you're dancing. At what point in time so you got fired, did you eventually say, okay, I'm done?
Yeah, because it was like I wasn't about to work at no rinky-dink club. Like, at the time, I was like building my following
at the main spot.
Not even so much at the main spot, because a lot of people didn't even know I danced. Because I didn't.
Were you still rapping at this time?
Yeah, okay. I started rapping. Like, I kept rapping as soon as I got down to North Carolina.
Okay,
like,
so yeah, because you were. I mean, you gave Ninth Wonder your mixtape. Bath and Body Work.
Yes.
Amazing name.
I was popping big shit too.
Is this on? Can we look at? Is the album artwork anywhere on the internet?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, if it's online, it's never going away.
I know.
That's a great name, though.
No, for real. I might have to name like a song now or something.
Wait, I gotta Google it real quick. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah.
Armani.
I think it's streamable right now still.
Is it? Oh, so it's on.
Benny on there, Conway on there. But like, I think.
What year did this drop?
2013, 12, something like that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, I look at the. Okay, I see you. I see you in the tub.
And the thing about that is, it was like, shout out to Shay. He found this house in the hood. I forgot it was one of his friends' house, but it had like a jacuzzi in it. It was like one of them little like ratchet houses that look like a trap house, but then when you walk in, it's like renovated. So yeah, he let us borrow that to do a little photo shoot.
That's great. Well, damn, that's crazy. That was 9 years ago. So you're like a veteran.
Definitely.
You are not new to this.
Very much true to this.
Factual. Hey, what up, y'all? Bootleg Kev. Got to stop the interview to tell you about our newest sponsor, man. Shout out to the homies at Hardin, Las Vegas. That's right. The #1 dispensary in the whole state of Nevada, let alone in the whole fucking country. So many choices of premium cannabis, ladies and gentlemen. It is like, how can I put this? You walk into it, you go to Hardin in Las Vegas. When you're on vacation, when you're out there tricking off, whatever you're doing, stop off at Hardin, tell them I sent you, be like, yo, Bootleg Kev sent me. They're going to take care of you at Hardin. When I say selection, I mean selection of the best premium cannabis in the world, the best dispensary. There's a reason why Hardin is world famous. Follow them right now, Hardin_Las Vegas. Go to their website, hardinlasvegas.com. That's JARDIN_Las Vegas. When you're in Vegas, you have to pull up to Hardin. Tell them I sent you and get high off your fucking face. I don't even know what that means. How do you get high off of your face? Whatever. Melt your fucking face off with some of that good Hardin, y'all. Go follow them one more time. That's Hardin_Las Vegas. Let's get back to the interview. Okay, so you were obviously rapping for a while. When did you feel like you started to catch some traction where you could be like, oh, this might work out for me?
It was just always little things that happened. Back in like 2015, I got my first placement on this album, on Rico Love's album, actually. On this
Shout
song.
out to Rico Love.
Yes. On this song called Bad Attitude, featuring me, him, and Raekwon.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was like my first album placement. Then from there, I ended up like signing and getting a deal. But it was
Where
like, it was through somebody I don't want to mention.
Fuck them. Whatever.
But yeah. But essentially, they left. They were the VP at a big record label and ended up leaving. And then my stuff was kind of like in limbo for a year. So I was just sitting like not doing shit.
That happens a lot. It's like the people that sign you, they get a better job or they get fired. And then there's all these new people that come in and they're like, well, we didn't sign her. They don't believe in you the same way the people who signed you believed in you.
Right. And if you sign through somebody else, like it don't really make a difference because it ain't shit that they can do. They don't really have the ties. So
you kind of went through like the full music industry experience.
Yeah. Like he was trying to like stop Bags. He was trying to stop people from fucking with me. Like it was crazy.
Really? Is this like a famous person?
I mean, he's well known. He's not like a
industry guy.
He industry, but like behind the scenes industry. But
What,
like if
what was the big label?
it was a big one. It was one of the top 5 ones. Yeah.
Was it Def Jam? Was it? It was Def Jam.
But yeah, but fuck him because at the end of
Def Jam.
no, it wasn't Def
Looked
Jam.
over here.
It wasn't Def Jam.
Okay,
no.
it wasn't Def Jam. Okay.
But like
So it was Atlantic.
no.
So it was Columbia.
You know what? Anyway, but like I actually seen him when I was doing the red carpet at the BET Awards because I had did the cypher.
Right.
And it just was a good feeling. It was just like, damn, you tried to stop and look at me now.
That's pretty crazy that someone would go out of their way to try to stop money from like somebody who's just trying to make ends meet.
I mean, it happens more often than not, especially the females in this
You think
game.
so?
For sure.
Yeah.
I've gotten deals stopped because I didn't want to fuck with executives. I've gotten deals stopped because obviously, a person wasn't doing anything and they just wanted me to just sit and wait. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, there's a double standard with like women in hip hop where it's like no matter what you do, like people are always gonna assume not necessarily the worst, but shit. I told you earlier, I was like, I forgot he told me that you and Kodak had a song coming out because you were supposed to come up here like a month ago or something, and he was like, "Well, we're waiting for this Kodak record to get cleared." But then I just saw the video that you posted of Kodak braiding your hair, and I was like, "Damn, Kodak's dating Armani Caesar."
Kodak is just a certified lover boy, so I think he just give off that like flirty energy. But
Yeah,
he
shout
was
out to
really-
him. He bought Shannon Brown's ex-wife, Monique, a purse the other night. Yeah,
Monica.
how did
But
you-
he's sweet like that though. Like he's the type that you don't even have to be with him. Like he just
Did he
he's a
buy you
gentleman.
anything?
He did the record. I was happy enough with that. He didn't
Free
have to buy
feature?
me shit. No, it wasn't free, but you know, it's just-
Discounted?
he just looked out. You know what I'm saying? For a person that's still underground and stuff like that, like, and I slid in his DM. I was like, yo, like, because I was listening to, you know, the album, and I'm like, damn, like, we need a couple more features just
Yep.
to wrap this up. And I was just like, well, fuck it. I'm just
Let's see
going
what
to,
happens.
yeah, let's just see what happens. He hit me right back, and I sent the song. I'm like, let me know if you fucking with it. He sent me right back. He was just like, I'm about to stretch the beat. I'm gonna send it back to you. He sent it in like 3 hours.
Oh shit.
Yup. And then the next, maybe like a week or two later, pulled up and did the video.
Yo, that doesn't happen usually.
Never.
Like, especially an artist that big, like, usually you're like waiting like 2 months or something. You're like, yo, damn, did he
Yeah.
forget?
Niggas that ain't even as big as that. You be
Right, like
waiting
Conway.
too. Don't do Conway. Conway did take way longer to do
Oh,
my
I know he
feature,
did.
though. Nah.
Conway takes way longer than everybody to do everything.
But I love Conway.
Me
Conway
too.
smoked it.
I love him as well.
But like even with all the backlash that Kodak was getting at the time, you know, I was kind of like leery, like, you know, not so much leery because I know that I'm me and I know how I carry myself. So
Oh, was this during the like when there was somebody were they trying to like paint him out to be the
yeah, like a
Lotto
person
thing?
that I don't know who it was,
Yeah,
but
it was Lotto. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was something like that. But I was gonna say, like, is it like, are you starting to? You gotta. I feel like as a woman in hip hop, you have to have thick skin, and you gotta kind of like understand like whether it's right or wrong. People are gonna look at you a certain way up until they hear your music.
I mean, I think me coming down to North Carolina and not knowing nobody and having to establish myself with the DJs, with even my studio sessions, like locking that shit down for 10 hours at a time.
You're
and
made
saying,
for this shit. You're like, I've been through that.
yeah, but it's like how you carry yourself. Like I'm, you know, I don't move like how everybody moves. So people know not to play with me. Even if it's like at first you think, oh shit, like she fire, I'm gonna shoot my shot. It's like once you see that I'm really about business, then you ain't gonna play with me like that.
How long ago did you guys shoot the video?
We shot it Made of America weekend in Philly.
When was that? That was like
That was like in September 1st, I want to
yeah.
say.
Yeah, I remember that weekend. Yeah. That's dope. So it was all in Philly.
Yeah.
That's what's up. For you, were you always kind of like, cause you are very good at skating over beats that you would not expect women who look like you to rap over. Were you always in that bag with like the Derringer type sound, or was that something that like once you officially came full circle, signed with Griselda, that you embraced a little bit more? Because you're living in North Carolina,
Right.
you know, you're in the strip club, the music's a certain way, so
I think I was doing that beforehand. Like again, going back to my first project that I ever did with Buff City, it was like we was rapping over hard beats.
Right.
So, you know, of course when I moved down there, it was like then I learned how to like ride that wave. So now it's like I have an equal balance of both. And when I moved over to, you know, when I actually signed to Griselda, it was like, you know, I was excited to do it just because there was already a lane for me open there versus me trying to like start off and do that by myself in North Carolina. So
and
I
you
think,
walk into a pretty rabid fan base.
yeah, that was crazy.
The Griselda fans they're very dedicated.
But I love them now. At first, they was a little mean to me when I first signed.
Why were they mean?
Cause I looked like this, and they thought that I couldn't rap.
Yeah, they probably wanted you to be like, 280 pounds, lesbian. You know.
Yeah, it's giving very.
They wanted
much
you to look like Queen Latifah and set it off.
right? Or be like super, you know.
Yeah, for sure. They're like, yo, what? What is going on with Griselda? They're over here signing pretty girls.
Right. They like, is she gonna be the backup dancer? Oh, they only signed her because she pretty. They gonna be writing her rhymes. So like the first list was me just proving all that shit wrong. So that's why I came out swinging. Like,
I mean, yeah, and you did a good job at that.
thank you.
Do you? Can you share some of the insight? Because I feel like Gunn is somebody who is influencing a lot of culture in hip hop, whether or not people want to acknowledge it. He's very smart. He's a master curator. Of course, he's an incredible rapper as well. But just in terms of just like his marketing prowess, his business prowess, like what are some of the things that you were able to pick up from him since again coming to Griselda officially?
Just watching the moves that he makes, watching how he knows how to like cultivate, artwork and, bridge it with the music, knowing like his influence like over the Griselda fans and how like they're very big on just the suspense, the merch, like those are all things that like a lot of new age people aren't really doing. And me as a woman and as an entrepreneur, like that's always motivation because I want to take what he doing and take it even further. You know what I'm saying? And even do it my way because I'm a woman. I don't see no woman moving like that. So I want to be like the female.
Yeah, there really is no woman that's like taking advantage. I mean, obviously, if Nicki drops a sweater, people buy it. Like she's got fans that are, interesting. But like, I feel like I haven't seen like a female MC really like dive into the merch shit like some male people have, like Tech9 or Griselda or whatever. So it's wide open for you for sure.
Facts.
Hey guys, we got to stop the interview to tell you about our good folks over at BlueChew.com. That's right. Listen, you got to go to Blue Chew right now. Sign up for Blue Chew with the promo code Bootleg. You're going to get your first month for free. Blue Chew, the same active ingredient as Viagra and as Cialis, but in a chewable form. That's right. You pop the Blue Chew, chew that thing, wash it down with your beverage of choice, and then get to work with that hard fucking cock of yours. Your dick is going to be harder than trigonometry was in high school, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be fucking raw. Like, Ryu in Street Fighter, he'd be like, Hadouken, and he does the motherfucking, this is going to be your dick. It's going to be like Ryu's fucking uppercut. You know what I'm saying? God bless whoever's on the receiving end of that. Consensually, of course. They're going to thank you for taking the Blue Chew. So go to BlueChew.com, use the promo code Bootleg. All right? I'm talking free month, right to your doorstep, indiscreet packaging, no awkward doctor's visits. All right? It's all online. You don't have to worry about going and sitting in a waiting room and be like, hey, doc, my dick, I could use a little pep in my step, and then it's awkward. You got to look at this old fuck talking about your dick. He might ask you to pull it out. Who fucking knows what's going on? At Blue Chew, none of that's happening. BlueChew.com. And they also got the brand new mint-flavored chewable, which has vardenafil in it, which is the same active ingredient as Levitra and Staxin, which is a little more potent. A little more potent if you need the extra on top of the extra. You know what I mean? Get the mint chewable. Yeah, your wife will thank you. Your girlfriend will thank you. Your boyfriend will thank you. Whatever the fuck you're fucking will thank you. As long as it's legal, all right? Let's get back to the interview. Go to BlueChew.com, promo code Bootleg. That's it. Yeah. How much, like, obviously, each album is a painting. I'm not gonna fuck his name up. Isaac Palejo, right? Mm-hmm. Was that because we know that that's something that Gunn loves his art. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been to the store. I've seen videos of his crib in Phoenix. This guy's got paintings fucking everywhere.
Yes.
Was that like a collaborative idea, or did you just kind of let Gunn handle curating the art?
I let Gunn curate the art. Obviously, it was kind of like easier moving on to the Liz too because it was kind of like we're gonna continue with the same.
Makes sense.
But the art thing is still something that I'm like learning about, like what makes things, like what makes people want to buy that. You know, because everybody can do art, but it's like, are you gonna get people to actually want it? Is it gonna be like dope? Is it gonna be understood by people?
Came a long way from Bath and Body Work.
Yes, for sure.
In the tub.
And I didn't want to be on my first album.
That
cover,
makes sense.
Because I feel like people was gonna look at it and be like, this ain't gonna sound like what I think it's gonna sound like, or what it does sound like.
Right. For you, who would you consider some of your biggest influences, just as an MC?
Jay-Z, Nas, Wayne, Fab, Nicki, Foxy, Remy, Missy Elliott.
Shout out to Missy.
Yes, I love her.
Shout out to Fab too. Not enough people say Fab.
Yeah.
Fab's a legend.
No, for real. Like, out of this world. Styles P, Jada Kiss. Like I love people that's barred up. You know, I like people like a Jay-Z or even Drake that can like transcend sounds, but it still sound like them.
That's true. It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drake. I think Drake's the best at that. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, Drake could do a Bad Bunny song, and it's like, oh, this just sounds like something Drake would have did because it's natural to him. Like, why not? You know, there's not a lot of guys who could really pull off as much shit as Drake, and it not be like you would not like if Jay-Z jumped on a Bad Bunny song, we probably all would look at him and be like, what's happening here? What's going on here?
Right.
Why is Jay-Z speaking Spanish?
Right. But
Drake does it, and it's like, it's Drake.
Yeah.
I just assume Drake knows every language. Like, if he hopped on, like, somebody from, like, Hungary's fucking song, like, tomorrow, I'd be like, yeah, Drake knows Hungarian. Of course he does. He's Drake. He's worldly.
Yes. And I gotta say, the guys, too, like, Benny and Conway, obviously, like, I've been studying them since I was, you know, young. Like, even now, I listen to their music before I start writing sometimes. Like, and just... It
does help when you have two of the best rappers alive in your crew.
Yeah.
And, like, in my opinion, I always say Conway is, I just think Conway is just, his, like, ability to convey pain on songs is, like, second to none.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a special, like, attribute. And, like, it makes people, like, I've seen motherfuckers crying in the crowd when he's performing The Cow and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's good to, like, pick up on and just be around. So, all right. So you have a song with Kodak Black, which means that there's a lot of eyes on what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
And you got the video.
Yes.
Which is a great feat for an independent artist like yourself.
Thank you.
Are you feeling any pressure for, like, maybe the next go round to do a little bit, like, more commercial shit? Even though I feel like you did do a little bit more of that on this project, but, like, in terms of, like, you know, do you see yourself doing something like that?
Yeah. Like, it just really depends on how I'm feeling. You know, again, like, I was doing the commercial shit more so before I got signed anyway. So it was always a part of the plan. Like, the thing was with Westside, he was always like, you know, you like the star player. Because if I go and do a song with, you know, Taylor Swift, they're going to look at me like I'm crazy.
Right.
But, you know, you do it and it's going to make sense because you know how to do both. You know what I'm saying? So you're kind of able to, like, even bridge the gap between Griselda fans and mainstream by doing the things that you're doing and being a female artist that can actually rap, that looks good, that, you know, can sing, that, you know, writes all her own music. So it was pretty much just, like, easy. So I do plan on, like, getting into the more mainstream stuff. But
it's also, like, I think being in the strip club, as long as you have, like, you also, like, whether you want to, like, you actually kind of, like, low-key become an A&R in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, you kind of start to understand music and, like, how, like, what makes people react to certain shit in the club, or
Facts.
What music is, you know, who look, I always talk about this with people. I think Future's the greatest club artist of all time. I think it's Future, number one. And then everybody, I mean, you can figure out who the rest is, but I think Future is the greatest club artist ever.
It depends on
the type of clubs I go to, at least.
It depends. It's like, you gotta, I don't know, so many things go into that. It's like the era, because, you know, Rick Ross and Jeezy had the game in the chokehold for as far as the strip clubs that I used to work at. Right. Because it was all dope boys. That's all they wanted to hear. Or Boosie.
Yeah. Like, I mean, yeah, you were in North Carolina. For sure.
But, like, actual, like, mainstream stuff, yeah, absolutely. Like, Future for sure, Drake for sure. Because you got to think about it. Drake gonna get the ladies, like
Future, Drake,
Lil Baby.
I don't think he's quite there yet, club wise.
Really?
He's up there, but he's up there. But Lil Jon.
Lil Jon for sure. That's why I said eras, because Lil Jon had everything in the chokehold.
Greatest club song ever, though. An old one. It's old. Back That Ass Up by Juvenile is the number one song in club history.
Yeah, for sure.
No matter what club you're in, it could be the most ratchet place in the world. It could be fucking the most high-end club in Ibiza. If they play Back That Ass Up, it's okay.
Oh, for sure. Because it's just, you're going to immediately run to the dance floor, or just you got to like turn around, get that one last little song in before you leave. Like that's the one. That's the one that's going to turn them around.
Anything like you obviously you have your boutique, your online boutique. Anything else you're working on besides the online clothes?
Just expanding the brand, like leveling up, like everything that I'm doing as far as like my music, my shows, my, my brand, my boutique, just trying to just capitalize on the platform that I already have. So taking deals, whether it'll be a movie, merch, collabs and stuff like that. Like I want to get into more beauty stuff. Like I'm just taking my brand and expanding it to the next level.
Hey, we got to stop the interview real quick to tell you about our partners at Odd Socks, our presenting sponsor here at the Bootleg Podcast. Listen, Christmas time is approaching faster than you think. I mean, we're like fucking a month and a half away or some shit, whatever. Get some Odd Socks for your folks. Go to oddsocksofficial.com. Use the promo code BOOTLEG, and you'll save 20% off at checkout. The most comfortable socks in the world. That's right. We got some Scarface socks. They got WWE. You know what I mean? They also got the Cheech and Chongs. They also got the Flamin' Hots for you hot Cheeto-eating fucks out there. My favorite, just the Odd Socks Basics. They're just so comfy. Literally the most comfortable sock in the world. I'm holding the fucking sock right now. You can save 20% off. Plus, they got boxers now, baby. All right? Go to oddsocksofficial.com. Promo code BOOTLEG at checkout. Save 20% off. And support our family at Odd Socks and the podcast at the same fucking time. Let's get back to the interview. Any of the OG female rappers reach out and tap in with you yet?
So like a few years ago, Foxy had reached out.
Wow. I feel like that sounds very rare because
Yeah.
I've never heard her do that.
Yeah, it was a guy that I knew from New York, and he knew somebody that she knew, and I think she had seen like a picture of me or something like that. Long story short, they got us on the phone, and she just showed so much love. She was just super like, yo, you fire. Like even your look remind me of like something I would do. Like she was just real cool.
Do you feel like I feel like there's like this weird civil war between like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and whoever they're friends with all at the same time. It's very frustrating as just someone who likes both of them, where it's just like, guys, all right.
Yeah, I get it, but it's just like, man,
It just feels like it's like the most like weirdly catty situation on Twitter every other week, where I'm just like, who's Cardi beefing with now? Who's Nicki beefing with now? Why can't everyone just get along? And I know that it like, I mean, it's not a female rapper thing, men beef, but I'm speaking at it from like somebody who loves female MCs. Yeah. When you see something like that, like not necessarily specific to either of them, because I ain't trying to get you caught up in no barbs and then, but in terms of like, just kind of the beef between a lot of female rappers, are you like trying to avoid that at all costs, or,
I'm just trying to avoid any kind of negativity. I feel like, it's a blessing to be able to get paid for doing what I'm doing.
Right.
And like, you just gotta pay attention to the things that matter. Like that beef shit, who don't like you, who's fucking who, like that shit don't matter to me.
Right.
I ain't never been in no drama like that in my personal life, so I'm definitely not gonna do it at work or
especially
in my
publicly.
business. Yeah.
Yo, I saw when the shooting happened in Buffalo, I saw you had said that when you were growing up, you worked at not that same location, but you worked at a different one of those grocery stores.
Tops.
Yeah, that was obviously I was a pretty crazy day.
Yeah.
Were you in town when that happened?
No, but my mom, first my grandmother had called me. I was getting on a plane. I actually was on my way to a show because this was during like the Griselda tour.
Right.
And my grandmother called me and was like, hey, can you turn on the news? Because she don't do no internet. She don't do nothing. She was like, yo, I heard that it was a shooting or something at a grocery store. Can you look it up? So then I looked it up and I seen that it was at Tops. And this Tops is around the corner from where like my mom lives at.
Wow.
So like, and then I called my mom and just check on her because she goes there all the time. And my mom was like hysterical and crying. And she was like, I was on my way there and this, that, and the third. It was a lot.
Yeah, no, that shit was terrible. Your mom was on the way there?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it's not like, again, you can get anywhere in Buffalo 10 to 15 minutes. So just imagine, like, you live around a corner, you right there, and then you seeing all these cop cars, and it was crazy. It was bodies out there. It was just wild.
Yeah. Buffalo's a place that like I went there for a couple of days and I really liked it. Like I really thought Buffalo was like a vibe. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know what to expect going there. Mm-hmm. But it was very it wasn't as cold as I had thought it was going to be, as we discussed. The food was solid, but it just felt like its own like I've been to Detroit before and I've heard people compare Detroit and Buffalo, but I just felt like its own thing. Like what part of Buffalo are you from?
I'm from the east side of Buffalo. Like, I grew up in the fruit belt. And, you know, I stayed like in the east side, like they call it Bucktown, Cold Springs. I stayed in that area.
Nice. What's, first of all, next for you, music-wise? You're working this album. I'm sure there's more music videos coming. Mm-hmm. Are you already recording new shit?
Oh, yeah, it's already in the clip. I'm dropping top of the year.
Already?
Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna let y'all wait 2 years for nothing no more.
Yeah. It was a long wait.
Yeah.
Why the wait?
Well, it was a lot that happened. Obviously, like, it was mid-pandemic, so it was a lot of things that needed to be worked out with that. But I just think now, like, I'm just more hands-on with my shit. I'm more in charge of my shit. Like, even when it came down from everything from, like, my rollout, you know, I had my team or whatever, so shout out to them. But, you know, my mixes, to the content that I was dropping, to my feature, like, to everything. Like, you know, I'm really more so hands-on with mine. And I think that that's important for a lot of women to do, just be in charge of your own shit.
For the first album, were you not like as hands-on?
Well, the first album was kind of...
Shut the fuck up. This fucking Galaxy's always fucking...
See, that's why you need an iPhone.
I got both.
Oh, okay. Talk heavy. Nah, but the first one was really like cut and dry. It was super easy. I didn't obviously have as much of a rollout as I did with this one, but I recorded That Liz in about 7 days. Not even 7 days, 3 days. I told Wes I was going to give him 7 days because I was scared to come outside after I got COVID. And then...
Well, you recorded the first album in 3 days?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we drove to what we call the Five. It's in Atlanta. And it's like in a basement in one of Wes' houses. And it's like super grimy, like... Don't Watch TV, Travis. He did like most of the graffiti artwork in there. Got all the artwork up there. They got like a green light that's like super muddy, and it's just a vibe. So I gave myself 7 days to do it. I left in 3 because I had my boutique that I had just started and I needed to get back to that.
Check you out.
And you know, long story short, you know, when it was time to like package up everything, you know, Wes kind of like handled everything with that. Even with some of the beats I was doing, I didn't even know my first single was a Primo beat until after I had recorded it because it didn't have no scratches on it.
Oh, you didn't know you were rapping on a Premiere beat when you recorded it?
No, he was, because it didn't have no scratch. You know,
right? Yeah, he's got the hooks. He be
the
cutting,
sauce. Yeah, he was just like, after I recorded it, we listened back to it. He was like, okay, I'm gonna send this to Primo so you can put the scratches on it. And I turned around, I'm like,
DJ Premier?
Who?
Yeah, which Primo we talking about?
Yeah, I'm like, nah, let me do it over again. He was like, nah, it sounds amazing. Like, that was one project where it was like, I didn't do a lot of singing on it or anything like that. It was just pretty much like bars. And, you know, as far as like the concept and everything like that, like Wes did it. And this time around, it was like, okay, well, I want it to be more like female empowerment. Right. I want it to be more like me, like telling my story for real. I wanted to open up on different songs. That's why you got songs like El Puro with me and Conway going back and forth on some like almost like a relationship type of song.
Right.
You know, I'm singing a lot more on it. I mean, I got a song called First Wives Club on it that's literally saying like, nigga, I'm not your bitch. So, but the guys love it.
Wait. First Wives Club, what is the theme of this song?
So it's like a women's empowerment song. I called it First Wives Club because I'm saying like, you don't own me. And I heard that song originally on the First Wives Club movie.
I remember that movie.
And I got inspired.
Wasn't Goldie Hawn in that movie?
Goldie Hawn, yeah. What was the other? I don't remember.
A bunch of old white bitches was in that movie. But
that's
Goldie
one of my
Hawn,
favorite movies, though.
Hey, Goldie Hawn was one of them.
Yes, she's so bad. But
you ever been married or close to getting married?
Yes.
So you've been married? You've been married in your day?
I've been close to being married.
Not actually married though. So you were engaged?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, did you have a ring?
We was close close to getting married. It was a very, very close relationship.
Did you have a ring?
Yes, I'm always gonna have a ring.
So you were engaged. Yeah. So what happened? He cheated?
It just didn't work out.
Damn.
Yeah, we just went into two separate paths.
Yeah.
But God bless him. He's doing really well. So.
Well, that's good. That's positive. Usually when that kind of thing happens, you're like, yo, fuck him. He ain't shit. By the way, Track hates about that bitch ass motherfucker.
I mean, I get to get that out in my music, but that's why I don't never feel no way. Like, I get over shit very quick. I don't stay mad long
That's
at
a
all.
nice trait to have.
Yeah, because you can't.
You gotta have a short memory.
I don't got a short memory with stuff that matters. But a lot of shit is just like, I'll be over it because I be having so much other shit going on in my life, like that actually matters and requires my attention and for me to show up and be happy and shit, that I can't afford to waste my time being mad or bitter or anything like that. Like, that ain't gonna get me no money, and it's only gonna make even more bad shit come your way.
What up, y'all? We got to stop the interview real quick. Tell you about our good friends at MyBookie. That's right, man. MyBookie is where you want to get this money and enjoy being a degenerate like myself. And it's the best time of the year to be a degenerate because NFL season is obviously, we are in the midst of a crazy NFL season. NBA season just started. World Series is going down, and you can get your bets in right now. Go to MyBookie and sign up for a new account using the promo code Bootleg. That's BOOTLEG. You sign up right now. They will match your first deposit. That's right. Put in 1,000. Oh, they'll give you another 1,000 to gamble with. That's free money to gamble with. Let's get in on this action, man. NFL season. I'm loving this part of the year. So much good, just everything to bet on. Football, basketball, fucking UFC, NFL, baseball, whatever. Now is the best time to get your gamble on. So go sign up for a new account at MyBookie. Use that promo code Bootleg and double your deposit. Let's get back to the interview. Do you feel like now that you have like a high profile as an artist, is it take a special type of dude to like get down with Armani Caesar because he has to kind of understand that you're a boss bitch, that you got this thriving rap career, that you're a public figure? Like, there's so many things that like I think when I think of like powerful women intimidate men. Mm-hmm. It just is what it is.
Yeah, I think it's difficult for a man to date a woman because I think, at least in my case, it's already like guys gonna judge you off of how you look anyway and expect you to be a certain way, not realizing like, I actually am an avid reader. I like deep conversations. I like, you know what I'm saying? They may look at me and judge me based off of, Instagram or whatever the case may be. Like, a lot of guys don't really get to know me for me.
Yeah.
So they think like, oh man, I gotta have like my bag up. I gotta get her this, I gotta get her that. And it's like, well,
or we could just have a nice conversation. Can we carry an hour conversation where I'm not bored and want to kill myself?
Yeah, I mean that's why. But I write songs about that all the time. Like, that's where the Liz Loves Luger song came from. Like, I just wanted your loyalty. I want all of that stuff too, because obviously, like, if I'm gonna do it for myself, I want whoever is around me to be able to love on me like how I love on me. Right. But I think it's better stuff, like bigger stuff that matters. I think nowadays, relationships are so transactional.
They are.
Like, and social media only perpetuates that. So now you don't really know how to deal with people on just a regular human basis without it being a transaction.
What's the ulterior motive? What can I get out of this?
Yeah. A lot of men are paying, to get with the girls of their dreams, and a lot of women are getting paid for their pain.
What is, you say you're an avid reader. What do you like to read? What kind of books are you reading?
Books that's just gonna make me boss up, like The Game of Life and How to Play It. That's a real good one. The Alchemist, Gucci Mane Guide to Greatness was good. I just read that. I just read A Perfect Day to Boss Up by Rick Ross.
Self-help books.
Self-help books, yeah, for sure. I mean, and
have you read
hood books.
There's a book called The Subtle Art to Not Giving a Fuck. Have you heard of that book?
I heard of it, but I didn't read it.
It's a pretty good book.
Okay. I think I already know how to not give a fuck.
I mean, that's fair.
Like,
I haven't been giving a fuck since I was like 12.
Oh, shit.
So like, it was still a good book though.
That's fine. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna read it.
Yeah. What do you binge watching? When you're watching TV, any shows you just fucking love that you just can't get enough of?
I'm a fucking geek, like low key when it comes to shit like that.
Like what though? What are you watching? What do you geek out over?
I watch like CinemaSins, Prim's Hood Media. It's like this. They do like reviews on like hood movies.
I was about to say I haven't heard of this.
Yeah, like I like shit like that. I like a lot of things that like are documentaries or like things I'm gonna learn from, things that I didn't know, especially like if it's my favorite movie, things that I didn't even notice, or like any kind of like weird, quirky facts that you may never know. Like I like shit like that.
What's your favorite movie?
I got so many favorite movies.
Give me 3 of them.
I like Friday After Next,
That's a great one.
Harlem Nights,
Great one.
and Mean Girls.
Hey, Mean Girls is heat.
It is. It's fire.
Hey, Friday After Next though. That's
Yeah.
I mean, I'm OG Friday.
I like all the Fridays.
I love all 3.
Be clear, yeah. All the Fridays for sure.
I think it's Friday After Next, then next Friday.
See, I like Friday After Next because it can be a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
And, just a regular,
Cat Williams coming out party.
Oh my gosh. Fire.
Money Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Money Mike. Well, look, I appreciate you pulling up. The Liz 2 is out.
Yes, go get that.
Go run it up. More videos on the way.
Yes, more video. We got some surprises.
Also, new music top of the year.
Yes, for sure.
You're not going to make everybody. I mean, listen, if you're recording albums in 3 days, I mean.
But this one I'm taking my time with. I think I'm more so intentional about it. Like, cause I already showed people I know how to rap.
Right.
Now it's about making songs and good songs versus, just giving people bars. I'm gonna give you bars in between anyway.
You're a superstar.
Thank you.
You got to, yeah. So you've proven the rapping part.
Thank you.
Now you just got to put them hits out.
Okay, because I'm trying to get on some of these movie soundtracks. I need a movie contract. I'm trying to get in,
All of it.
all of that stuff.
There it is. Armani Caesar, appreciate you coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Boom. Fire.